So yeah, good evening. Hello everyone. So once again we are here with our daily life sessions, and today's session is on CS Executive JIGL subject with one of our esteemed professor CS Alok sir. He is a CS by profession, also working, also a professor, and he's also practicing CS. So welcome sir.
Hello, Satyam. Welcome. Thank you to SuperProfs for having me.
Right.
So this is target June 2021 SuperProfs batch. So I'm very happy that all the students are joining us. And today we'll be discussing about JIGL. So the first question is, JIGL is a law subject and it is very difficult for me to study. How do I study? This is a common question. Students, I am from BCom background, I am from BBA background. So JIGL is very difficult. So I'll be helping you how you can do well in JIGL for June 2021. So the first thing you need to understand is that JIGL is basics of law. If you break it up, actually JIGL is very interesting. Whether it is the interpretation of statutes, general laws, or jurisprudence for that matter. So, what is important in JIGL is for you to understand what is this law, why do we have it, and what is the structure of the law. If you understand that, it becomes very, very easy. Otherwise, you will feel JIGL is a very difficult subject. So, if you want to do well in June 2021, I will be giving you some tips, some tricks for target June 2021 to make sure that not only you pass JIGL but you can get 60 plus. It is all about understanding the concepts in a simple manner. That is what is JIGL. So today we'll be having a class where I'm going to be teaching you torts, law of torts, and in that we have some very interesting concepts. So this is how even the entire classes. Suppose if you want our classes of SuperProfs, and if you want support for June exam, you can consider that. But first, let us understand torts now. So let me get into the book and teach you torts in a very interesting manner for target June 2021. Yes, so this is law of torts, and in this law of torts, we'll be doing the very interesting concepts relating to torts are wrong, relating to personal freedom, personal safety, and freedom. So, what is a tort? What is the first important thing you should know when we say tort? It is a civil wrong, or if it is a what we can call as a private wrong. So, this is one topic where you just think about what may happen to you in your day to day life. Then you'll understand this concept very well. Torts or wrongs to personal safety and freedom. What are the different kinds of wrongs when we talk about personal safety and freedom? What is personal safety and freedom? See, as a human being, you need to feel safe, and no one should come into your zone, no one should come and disturb you, no one should make you feel uncomfortable. This is something which you need to know very, very well. No one should make you feel uncomfortable. So, torts or wrongs, which is relating to personal safety and freedom. So, when will you feel that? What are the different kinds of wrongs? There are different things. We will understand the types or the kinds of wrongs. So, that we'll be studying battery, assault, bodily harm, false imprisonment, malicious prosecution, nervous shock, defamation. So these are the main things. So all these are injuries to the person. What do we call this as? Injuries to the person. You think yourself you are there in this situation. So that way you'll understand these points very, very well. You think you are the victim. So in JIGL, if you look at it from your angle, everything becomes easy. So what is this kinds of wrongs? So we have battery, we have assault, we have bodily harm, we have false imprisonment, malicious prosecution, nervous shock, defamation. In simple, all these are injuries to the person. So you think you are the person and how you are uh, personal freedom and safety is affected. So end of the day, if any action is done by any person there's any action, but it is going to affect your personal safety and freedom, then it is a wrong or it is a tort. Tort simply means civil wrong. Okay, that is what you need to understand. So first we'll come to battery. What is battery? So battery is not your battery cell which you would have seen. That battery is different. This is relating to direct application of force to the person. That is, if anyone, even whether it may be slapping, it may be pushing, but there should be direct application of force to the person of another individual without his consent. What is the most important thing? Without consent. Now you think I am going to push you without your consent, without your consent, without telling you, without giving you any warning, without your consent, we are going to push you. How are you going to feel? Direct application of force to the person of another individual without the consent. So that is without any rights, without any justification. I'm going to push you. Forget slapping, I'm just going to push you. Imagine that. How will you feel? So that is nothing but it is against your personal freedom and your safety. Correct? So, if there is direct application of force to another individual without the consent, then we will call it as a battery without the consent. So, it could be use of force. The use of force can be trivial. Trivial means less. Use of force, however trivial, without consent. The most important is without the consent. I'm going to push you without asking you, then it is a tort relating to battery. Without lawful justification, you did not do anything. You did not do anything, but still I pushed you. How is it going to be? Without any lawful justification. So that is not allowed. So even though the force is used as trivial and does not cause any harm, the wrong is committed. This is most important. What is important here is not how much he was injured. If I push you, you may be just standing. There's no difference. But a tort is committed, a wrong is committed. As per law, the wrong is committed. So does it mean that everybody will go to court just because somebody will push? It's not like that. Here we are understanding what is the theory of law, what is right, what is wrong. So it is wrong to apply force without anybody's consent, and whether that person get injury or not is irrelevant, but we have committed a wrong which is related to battery. So even to touch somebody in anger or to touch somebody without lawful justification is battery. Yes. Don't think, sir, who will go to court? Yes, nobody may go to court, but you should know what is right according to law versus what is wrong according to law. So is it wrong? It is wrong. So battery is, even if it is a mild push, but what is important? Without consent and without lawful justification. That means without any reason. Then it is a battery. You should know that very well. So here, battery, if you can see here, is a criminal act of intentionally touching or applying force to the body of another person in an offensive manner. In an offensive manner, then it is a battery. Very interesting. So the second one, we come to assault. So the first one is battery. What are we studying? Don't forget the main thing. What are we studying? We are studying the kinds of wrong relating to personal safety and freedom. Personal safety and freedom. Then we need to understand the further concepts relating to assault. What is assault? Here, it is only an apprehension in the mind of the plaintiff that is going to commit battery. Plaintiff is the person who files the case. So imagine that somebody is filing a case like that. So now let us say it is you and me. Easy to understand. Don't worry about plaintiff, defendant, all this. You don't worry now. Simple. So now what will happen? I am going to create a fear in your mind that I am going to commit battery. I'm going to hit you. I'm going to harm you. Okay, then it is a assault. So in battery, there is force applied. In assault, there is a apprehension. Creates an apprehension in the mind of the plaintiff is going to commit battery. I'm going to hit you. I'll give you example. See here. Apprehension of contract, not the contact itself, is to be established. See here, what is happening in this picture? There is a person who is holding a gun. It is just a fear. When if you see now, you think somebody, this person in real life is going to come near you with the gun like this. What is happening to you? You have a fear that this person is going to shoot. Inside the gun there is a bullet, and the bullet is going to hit me, and I may die or I may get injured, and I'll get really really sick with respect to this particular bullet. Okay, or suppose I'm going to show a fist. I'm going to say I'm going to punch you. I'm going to punch you. If I say that, have I punched you? No. Have I punched you? No. But I'm going to tell I'm going to punch you. So you are going to get that apprehension of contact. That means there is a assault. Very, very interesting this is. So battery is what? There should be some force used on the other person. Some force used on the other person. It may be less or more, but without consent, without justification. Assault is, it is just a apprehension in the mind of plaintiff that I'm going to hit you, I'm going to punch you, I'm going to shoot you. So case. So plaintiff is the person who files the case. The case against whom the case is filed, against whom the case is filed is defendant. So defendant by his act creates an apprehension in the mind of the plaintiff that he is going to commit battery against him. The tort of assault is committed. So when is assault committed? When, just remember this, there is apprehension. You have not yet hit somebody, you have not yet touched somebody, there is absolutely no touch. But you are creating a fear that you're going to hit them, you're going to smash them. Okay, that is what it is. So what is assault? It is mainly around the concept of fear. So you put someone in apprehension or what we call fear of immediate harmful contact. Immediately we're going to punch you. That is the concept relating to assault. Bodily harm, willful act or statement of defendant calculated to cause physical harm to the plaintiff and in fact causing the physical harm is a tort. So what is the first one we studied? First one is relating to battery. The second one we studied assault. Here trivial force and here a fear that I'm going to punch you or hit you or thing. In here it is a willful act, okay, where there is a calculated effort to cause physical harm. It is a calculated effort. So after you commit bodily harm, will be as properly that person will be punched. So here, what is the difference? Then you'll say, sir, bodily harm and battery is the same. So please remember, in battery, the physical harm or not a secondary because you might not have planned it. Okay, but in bodily harm, you are planning to have a very serious what do you say, serious physical harm to the person. That is why we call it as bodily harm. Then fourth one we come to, fourth one it is false imprisonment. What is false imprisonment? So you are putting somebody inside four walls. So total restraint of some person for however short period. That means you may put somebody in a room for 1 day or 10 hours or 1 hour. So the amount of time is not relevant. But you are imposing somebody. Somebody is there at home, that is different. But if you are stopping them, okay, you are stopping their liberty, then this is a false imprisonment. Why? You are not a police. There is no sufficient lawful reason for you to curtail somebody inside four walls. See, police can detain you, that is different. But false imprisonment is if you put somebody inside their house or your house or some office and you don't allow them to go out, that is false imprisonment. That is a tort, because end of the day it is against your personal freedom or safety. Correct? It is against your personal freedom or safety. Confined within certain limits so that he cannot move about, and so his personal liberty is infringed, restrained by a threat of force from leaving his own house or an open field, there is a false imprisonment. Restrained by a threat of force from leaving his own house or an open field, there is a false imprisonment. So if you restrain somebody and you threaten him, that is a false imprisonment. So, what is happening basically? You are putting somebody within four walls, you are imprisoning them without legal authority. Legal authority means police. Police can detain you. But if somebody else does it, it becomes false imprisonment. It becomes against your personal freedom and safety. It is a tort in law. Okay. Then we come to the fifth point, malicious prosecution. So it's basically around the concept of filing a false case. Now, suppose you didn't do anything wrong. Okay, I want to take revenge against you. You are very innocent, but I want to take revenge against you. I am going to file a false case. There is absolutely no justification. I just want to trouble you. That's all. Okay, I just want to trouble you. Just take it as an example. You think somebody is going to file a false case against you, how it is going to be? You may be innocent and you may go to court and you may actually even win the case, but you have to go through all the hardship, all the time waste in court, money, mental tension, all this is there. So, what is this? Instigating judicial proceedings. What is judicial proceeding? Nothing but filing a case, that is especially criminal case. So I'll simply go to the police station, I'll file a complaint, and then I'll file a case in the court saying that you came and robbed my house. Okay, so instigating judicial proceedings against another maliciously and without reasonable and probable cause, and this will be a complete damage on the reputation. So now just think of any celebrity. Okay, just think of any celebrity. So the celebrity's main asset is what? Reputation. They have a good reputation in society. So if I go and file a false case, then their whole reputation is gone. So what will happen? The reputation is affected and their personal freedom and safety is affected. Very recently, if you saw the news, Meghan Markle, who is the Duchess of England. That means she's the princess, right? She's the princess. So somebody had filed a wrong case against her. So she went to court and she won the case. So her reputation, which was lost because of that, it was regained. So that is a malicious prosecution. So if anyone files a wrong case against you, it is against your personal safety and freedom, and you can take action against it. So what is the elements, essential elements of this? There must have been a prosecution, that means case by the plaintiff. Okay, then there must have been want of reasonable cause, that means it is a false case. There was no reason, there was no justification. There must have been a prosecution of the plaintiff or the defendant. There must have been want of reasonable and probable cause of that prosecution. The defendant must have acted maliciously, okay, with an improper motive and not to further the end of justice. So that means, for example, revenge or you want to extort money, you say, if you give me so much money, I will remove the case against you, though there is absolutely no substance in the case. So the defendant must have acted maliciously with the improper motive, that is not to further the end of justice. Plaintiff must have suffered damages because of this false case. Maybe they lost business. Now, suppose you have a very good business. Let us say you are into trading. Okay, you are selling some goods. Let us say furniture. So I'll file a wrong case against you saying that all this furniture is fake furniture. It is not real rosewood or something. He's using some cheap wood. Simply, I'm filing a wrong case against you. Now, everyone in the market will know. So you will suffer the damages. So new customers will not come. That is why. So that is a what? Malicious prosecution. What is it? Malicious prosecution. The prosecution must have terminated in favor of the plaintiff. So the prosecution must have terminated in favor of the plaintiff. Then all this will be called as a malicious prosecution. So that is the elements relating to malicious. Next is nervous shock. What is this nervous shock? Physical injury not by an impact, example by stick bullets, or merely by the nervous shock through what he has seen or heard. Nervous shock must be result of the emotional disturbance. If you are emotionally torturing someone, emotional torture, okay, that is a nervous shock. So emotional disturbance, fear or sorrow. For example, there could be a boss who is emotionally harassing a employee. So he'll say, if you don't do the job the way I tell you, I'm going to remove you from the job. And suppose there is a lot of need for you to continue the job, then it will be a huge problem. So harassment. So emotional disturbance. If people misuse your position and they harass you, harassment can be anything. It could be fear, it could be threatening, it could be abuse, it could be scolding them, or it could be even against women. That is what we call sexual harassment of women. So whatever it is, emotional disturbance, fear or sorrow, or if somebody is always scolding you from morning to night, your boss is going to scold you, will tell you're waste, you're good for nothing, how will you feel? Obviously, even the most positive person will break down. So that is only nervous shock. So that is also a thought. You can file a case against anyone who is disturbing you. So defamation is basically attacking the reputation of a person by way of writing something against them, or by way of speaking something against them. So speaking means you also get all your entire social media like videos, etc. Writing is, it could be paper, it could be blogs, it could be any other forum where you are writing books, magazines. So of course now most of it is online. So it could be online journals. So if you are defaming somebody, again the classic example is celebrity, for you to understand in an easy manner. So when we talk about writing, we call it as libel. When we talk about oral or speaking something against some person, it is slander. So libel is representation made in form of writing. It could be written words, pictures, caricature, effigy, statue, recorded words, etc. Effigy means basically they'll make a small statue of you or whoever it is. Especially you've seen for politicians, when you don't like, they'll make something like this and they will put fire. That is effigy. Okay, all right. Effigy, statue, recorded words, etc. Slander is the publication of a defamatory statement in a transient form, statement of temporary nature, such as spoken words or gestures. that is slander. So the types of defamation. So you have libel and slander as a whole. So this is the seventh point you should know. Libel and slander. So in India, both libel and slander is treated as a crime. So we need to refer 499 of IPC. So it is an offense and you can file a case against whoever is hurting you. So what is libel and slander? Punishment for libel is more severe than slander. So libel is when you write somebody. Slander is when you are speaking against somebody or you're affecting somebody's reputation. So these were what we could call as all the torts, that is wrongs against each person's personal safety and freedom. So we completed battery, correct? It could be whatever trivial force, assault, that is fear or apprehension, bodily harm where you're planning to really injure somebody, false imprisonment where you're confining somebody into a certain place without legal authority, malicious prosecution. What is happening here? You're filing a false case against another person. Nervous shock, you're emotionally disturbing somebody. And defamation, you're writing and speaking to affect the reputation of a person. So that is the kinds of wrongs. So this is what we call as the torts or freedoms to personal safety and freedom. So this is very so like this in JIGL there are very wonderful interesting concepts. It is more about how you are going to analyze it because it can be very interesting. So this is the concept which I wanted to tell today and make you understand. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to tell you. So what we are planning to do is for target June 2021, not only you should understand the law, but you should score 60 plus simple logic. And it is possible when we analyze see just one concept we took today for you to get a feel of what we are going to do in the entire classes. So if you understand the concepts in this angle, it is very easy. Let them ask any question in exam. We will be able to write. Correct? So you can definitely get in touch with SuperProfs for any further help, or if you want to enroll for the classes for English medium, for CS executive. So I'll be helping you with all the law subjects. And JIGL is not as difficult as you think. It's actually very interesting, and it is all about how you study and give your efforts for JIGL. So you can get in touch with Satyam and team if you have any more doubts relating to this. Right now, if you have any doubts about what we did today or about JIGL you want to ask, or do you think really June 2021 you can do well in the exam, let me know. I'll be happy to answer it. But it is easy, it is not as difficult as you think. If you go in the right approach with the right support, which I can give you, you can cut short your time by almost 75%. So, what you will take 3 to 4 months to study, in 1 month with me, you will be able to complete. So, with that, I think I've covered most of it. And one concept we went in complete depth today um about the personal freedom. So just look at this, these 7 points, the way we have analyzed, you'll never forget. Correct? And that much knowledge is more than sufficient for your exam. So I feel you understood. I really don't know the feedback. If you have anything, let me know. I'll be happy to assist you. Anybody has any questions about what we did today or anything about June 2021, let me know.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So, if anyone has question, you guys can drop your query in the comment box and chat box, and also you guys can unmute yourself and you can directly discuss with this Alok sir. So, yeah, we are open here for the queries, and if you don't have, then okay, it's fine. So, what we had done today's was session was on JIGL by CS Alok sir, and of course we have also dropped these two comments in the chat box. One is related to our Telegram group. which you can join for further notification related to such sessions which we are going to conduct in future, and which we always conduct on daily basis. So you get notified through these mediums, and also you can join this our WhatsApp group. And I have also drop this link on the comment box so that you can join this WhatsApp group for CS executive exam as well. So I hope, and also those people who are watching this session on YouTube, you guys can find these link on your on comment box on our YouTube channel as well. So of course you can join these things to get notified for further session. And yeah, that's it for the today's session. Thank you very much. We'll continue again for the intermediate a student, whether it is CS executive, CMA inter, or CA inter, that is going to be happen on 6 p.m. onwards on daily basis, Monday to Saturday. So next we'll connect on Monday at the very same time, 6 p.m., with the new session with new professor with new topic. So I hope you guys enjoy today's session. Yeah, thank you very much. Now I'm ending this one, and we'll meet again. Thank you. Thank you very much.